Technical Sales and Consulting provides basic training for many products. This program covers molded case circuit breakers, part of the Training to Go e-learning platform. Here are some excerpts from the module. This session of basic training for circuit breakers will cover breaker basics, which will include how they work. We'll look at the components that make up a circuit breaker. We'll go over the trip units and their characteristics. We'll see a few of the accessories that are available for circuit breakers. We will examine various applications where breakers are used. We'll talk about the advantages of assembled breakers. The selection factors will be covered in order to help you get the information you need to choose the proper circuit breaker. And finally, we'll discuss applications of enclosed breakers. So let's get started. Let's turn our attention to looking at the components that make up a circuit breaker. With the creation of the molded case circuit breaker, or MCCB, we gained several distinct advantages over the knife switch. We have the housing itself, the molded case. This protects all personnel from arcs and keeps arcs from starting a fire. Arc extinguishers, or arc chutes, that break up the arc are provided inside the case. An operating arm that allows the operator to manually open and close the contacts. The trip bar that trips the breaker, causing the contacts to open during a fault. And at the top of the breaker we have our line terminals, and at the bottom of the breaker we have our load terminals. The thermal overload protection functions in the same manner as a bimetal overload relay in a motor starter. It includes both bimetallic and magnetic elements. The standard thermal magnetic breaker includes the combined elements as shown in this diagram. You can see how the bimetal heating element is connected to the trip bar. If there's too much current in the system, the bimetal will heat and bend. At this point, the breaker contacts will open. Now that we establish what an electronic trip unit is, let's explain the settings that are available. Every breaker, when installed, has a trip curve based on time and current, as seen here. Let's go over how that curve gets its shape. You may have heard of the designations L, S, I, and G when selecting a trip unit for a breaker. We will start with the L first. It stands for long time setting. It allows for long time setting for the thermal portion of the trip curve and is set as a percentage of the breaker rating, usually 40 to 100%, and allows for a time delay setting in seconds. The blue line here will demonstrate the adjustment available. The curve can be moved in and out along the current axis, as well as up and down on the time axis. Next is S, which stands for short time. This setting is associated with the magnetic or short circuit setting and is set as a multiple of the breaker rating, usually 1 to 10 times, and can be bypassed for just an instantaneous setting. It is represented by the red line on the curve. It too can be moved in and out along the current axis and up and down along the time axis. The I covers the instantaneous setting. It involves the magnetic portion of the curve, represented by the yellow line. It allows for adjustment of 1.5 to 12 or 13 times the rating. Lastly is G, which represents the ground fault setting, which covers the settings for the low-level currents to ground and time delay settings shown by the green line on the curve. This flexibility allows the customer to coordinate the protection needed for all circuit breakers in the building system. For all of the quiz questions, click on your answer, then click on Submit to continue, and then follow the on-screen instructions. Thank you for taking the time to view this sample e-learning module from Technical Sales and Consulting. This Training to Go module covers basic training for circuit breakers. It has a total runtime of 30 minutes with 10 quiz questions for review. Pricing is available on a per student or unlimited site license basis. Be sure to watch for other product and professional development e-learning modules. Do you need your own special content developed into an e-learning module? Why not rely on our educational development experience to do it for you? For more information, visit tsnc.com/services/e-learning. We look forward to helping you use our e-learning modules to make your company smarter.